Hey, thanks very much for visiting my channel and watching this video of our excursion to Morro Bay during 4th of July weekend 2022. Morro Bay, we love the Central Coast. It's a place that we go. It's a destination that sometimes people pass by on their way, up the coast towards Monterey or going to Pismo Beach or San Luis Obispo or Paso Robles. But I have to say that Morro Bay is incredible. We stayed in Baywood, Los Osos, which is located south of the bay. And we learned so much about the bay when we were there. We thought that we could just drop our kayaks in there, but we learned that all of it depends on the tide. So where the arrow is, that's where the inlet is, right there in that picture. And during high tide, water comes into the bay. During low tide, it drains out. So this was a video that I took July the 4th. It was about 7:30 in the morning. We arrived the day before to find this entire bay full of water. So when we got there the day before on the 3rd, we said, oh wow, there's so much water here. We're gonna just put our kayaks out there and go and kayak to our heart's content for the next 3 days. But we learned from the locals that that's not the case, that it all depends on the tides. And this tide cycle goes basically 12, 14 hours for it to fill back up. 14 hours later, it drains all out. So this gigantic bay through that little tiny inlet over by Morro Rock will drain this entire bay and fill it back up, and it makes all the difference. So we were advised to look at the tide charts and to plan our launch time accordingly. They said do not launch at the wrong time because you could be one of those persons that get stuck out in the mud, and then people got to go out there and bring you back, and it's pretty embarrassing. You don't want to be that person. But it was just incredible how the time difference between these two videos. So on the left, I mean, that was the July the 4th at 7:30 in the morning. On the right, that was about 14 hours prior. And I mean, the bay was full of water. I was, following boats around this catamaran here, and it just looked like there was water everywhere. And little did we know that, 14 hours later, it was this drained out completely. And but it's incredible because this area here is located 3.5 miles from that little inlet by Morro Rock. So the water's got to travel, 4 miles down to fill up these areas, this inlet. And again, it's like a 12, 14-hour cycle. So the water drains out and then comes back in. You can launch right there from the side when the water comes. But during low tide, these boats are not going anywhere. And these houses that have these docks, it all depends on the tides and in terms of when you can launch. So it was good, and we went out there with our kayaks, to enjoy the water, but we had to do some planning. And so we consulted the chart on July the 4th and found that the next high tide was going to be at 1:30. So this again was taken at 7:30 in the morning. Little did we know, just a few hours later, sand dunes, Jackie, Morro Bay, Morro Rock, the marina. We're out here enjoying ourselves. We would be out there in a bay full of water, kayaking to our heart's content. Obviously on the spit is the little narrow strip of land that divides the beaches to the west to the inlet, those sand dunes. And the best way to get to them at high tide is to kayak up to the beach, park your boat, and then get out and run around. You can actually go all the way across the beaches on the other side, but it's a long ways. Oh man. Oh wow. But with a bay full of water, just 6, 7 hours later, we were able to enjoy all kinds of wildlife, penguins going in there, diving in, catching fish. So it's just amazing how it changes so quickly, how it could fill up so quickly and empty out so quickly. Then you got these unspoiled beaches on the west side of the Spit. These are really inaccessible. There's no roads out there, and very, very few people can go out there that far. You've got to walk many, many miles to get there. But I was able to enjoy the view here. So I really encourage you to put Morro Bay and Baywood Los Osos on your list. If you're ever going to be traveling the Central Coast, you'll be glad you did.